Hey, how's it going? I'm Nick and welcome back to I Can Do That DIY for another doll repaint video. Today I'll be customizing Honey, the doll that I designed and created myself. Alright, let's get started. In this video I'll be taking on the world of beauty and grace and be making a beauty queen. More specifically, Goblin Queen 2024. Please meet Honey Goblin. In a few of my videos, some people have not really understood the proportion of Honey, thinking she has weird oversized hands and feet, and really big calves and wrists. I'd like to remind people that this is a chibi aesthetic, as well as having an oversized eyes and head. The oversized feet actually help balance the head so she can stand on her own without tipping over. I really like Honey's aesthetic, but it seems like it's not for everyone, but oh well, just don't watch the video. That being said, after reading a few comments, I decided, hey, let's make a version with even more whacked out proportions. Thus, Honey Goblin was born. She has longer arms and even bigger hands. The thighs have been made smaller so that the calves look even bigger. I decided to go with the chubbier torso and give her even wider hips than the chubbier torso. The ears are also now huge. I've given her a super wide mouth that actually extends way past her cheeks. I wanted her to look like she had a hinged jaw that she could swing open and swallow her competition whole. Let's go ahead and get ready to 3D print her. But before we get into it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the video. Also make sure to hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all of our latest projects. If you haven't already checked out the website, go check it out. www.thehoneydoll.com. There are a bunch of different options on the website for you to explore. You can purchase a stock honey or customize your very own. There's always new things being added to the shop, so make sure to keep an eye out. Alright, now let's get to the project. I've mixed my own custom color of green resin, and now I'm printing it with my ELEGOO Saturn 3D printer. Here's how it turned out after it was all 3D printed. Looks pretty good. Here's how the face turned out. I really love all the bumpy texture and the little horns I gave her, as well as the teeth. They're really cute and scary, but kinda just cute. Here is the chest and the torso. Alright, let's go ahead and get started painting. Cool. I'll start by using a torn up sponge to give it a little bit more texture, and various tones of green acrylic paint and a tan acrylic paint. I'll sponge on all the different colors and try to give it a mottled, patchy appearance. I'll do this for a while, end up hating it, and take everything off and start over. Once I scrubbed and washed off all the paint, this is what I was left with. There's some residual staining from the gold-green acrylic paint that I used, but I actually kinda like it. Originally I wanted the mottled texture, and I like how the original color is still peeking through. Let's try to imitate this look on all the other parts while adding a darker tone of green modeling with a watered-down dark green acrylic paint. Once that's all dry, I'll add some depth and highlight to the face with some pastels. I'll use a dark green pastel to add some shadow and some white pastel to add some highlight. Once I'm happy with the progress I've made so far, I'll seal my work with a layer of Mr. Super Clear. Then I'll move on to the next layer. Wow, she's looking pretty good so far. Now let's start laying out the eye with the brown watercolor pencil. I'll do one eye and do the same thing on the other side. Alright, next I'll use a light blue watercolor pencil and mark out the eyeshadow shape. Cool, that looks good. Now I'll just do the other eye and then move on to doing the lip. I'll be outlining the lip and filling it in with a red watercolor pencil. Alright, now I'll add some blushing to the face using some pastels. On the next layer, I'll use a black watercolor pencil to go over the eyeliner shape. Once I've done both sides, I'll use some watered down red acrylic paint to paint over the lips. After that, I'll use some black pastel to deepen up the shading. Now let's add some more blushing with some darker tones of pink. Then I'll use a watered down blue acrylic paint to paint over the eyeshadow. After adding some more blushing, I'll use a white watercolor pencil to add some highlight to the upper lip. This will really define the lip shape. Next, using a cream acrylic paint, I'll paint all the teeth. I'll do the other side off screen and then move on to painting the eyeliner shape with the watered down black acrylic paint. After that, I'll highlight the ends of the teeth with the white acrylic paint. Cool! Next, I'll work on her lower eyelashes with a very sharp black watercolor pencil. I'll also be using an eraser to correct and refine as I go. After I do both sides and seal my work with the layer of Mr. Super Clear, I'll go back and shade the base of the lashes with a black pastel. I'm also using the black pastel to shade the inner corners of the eyes. After that, I'll use an ochre pastel to shade the base of the teeth to make them look nice and grimy. Then to finish up the painting of the face, I'll use a blue glitter glue to add some glitter to the eyeshadow. Once I do both sides and the glitter is all dry, I'll be adding some faux eyelashes to the upper eye. As usual, I'll be using Kiss brand faux eyelashes, this time in the style Flirty. I'll take the eyelashes off the packaging and measure them up to the eye. I'll cut them the appropriate length and then add some tacky glue to the eye and to the eyelash. Then I'll just place the eyelash. Once I'm happy with the position, I'll do the same thing on the other side. Once I do the other lash, I'll go back and add some gloss later on. Now let's go ahead and paint all the nails. I'll be painting all the nails red. This too will also get a glossy top coat off screen. Alright, now let's move on to making the wig. I've already prepped everything I need to make the wig. Here's the wig cap, which I painted. And here are the acrylic yarn wefts that we're going to be using. They're a nice mixture of like a rusty red and a brown. I'll be gluing on the wefts with a tacky glue. I'll start by applying the glue, adding the wefts, and then adding more glue. I'll start at the bottom hairline and work my way up. I'll eventually get to something that looks like this. This is kind of a combination of some past wigs I've made. It's a hybrid of the businesswoman special I made for Cheryl from HR, as well as the wig I made for Pizza Rat, and a tiny bit of honey pumpkin thrown in there as well. If you want more details on how I constructed this wig, go check out those videos. Now all that's left is styling the wig. I'm going to try to style it on screen, give up, and then style the rest off screen. So here's how the wig turned out after it was all styled. I think it looks really good. Super pageant-y. Now let's move on to making her an outfit. The silhouette is going to be a strapless mermaid cut. It'll have princess panels to ensure a really nice fit. Here's the patterns, and here's the fabric. This is leftover fabric I've had for a really long time. It's a printed silk Duchess satin. I'll start by sewing all the princess panels together. Once I finish all the princess panels, I'll finish the top edge opening with a facing. After that, I'll move on to the skirt. I'll start by hemming the bottom of the skirt, and move on to gathering the top of the skirt. I'll do 2 basting stitches and pull it tight. Next, we'll attach the skirt to the bodice at the bottom opening. I'll pin it and stitch it on. I'll do Velcro closure at the back off screen. I think the dress looks so pretty once it's all together. The Velcro closure looks pretty good. Now let's add some beading to this. I'll be using this organic black bead. I'll start at the top and kind of sprinkle it all over. Once I get a few in, I'm going to decide that it's actually kind of ugly and take everything off. Then I'll move on to making the sash. The sash is made out of some ribbon and some iron-on vinyl. Of course, her title is Goblin Queen 2024. I'll wrap it around the body, making sure the angle is right, and then glue it together. Then I'll cut the other side and finish it with a lighter. Alright, awesome, that looks great! Next up is making the crown. I 3D designed and printed this crown off screen. Now I'm going to give it a black base coat. Once the base coat is all dry, I'll paint everything silver. Now let's make everything sparkly by adding some silver glitter glue. Cool, nice and sparkly. Now to make it even more sparkly, let's add some glass beads. I'll do the big one on the top and mirror it on the bottom. The middle tier will be a smaller size, and the bottom tier will be an even smaller size. Cool, nice and sparkly. I'll make another accessory off screen, and with that, the doll is complete. So here she is, here's the finished result. May I present the winner of Goblin Queen 2024, Honey Goblin. She's so great, I love her so much. She's so goofy, weird, and pretty. I'm really happy with how the gown turned out. I've held on to this fabric for probably 8 years and I've never used it. It's a really interesting print, I only had a little scrap of it, so it's perfect to make a doll dress out of. As you can see, I made her a bouquet and a bracelet and some earrings off screen. The bracelet and the earrings are made of the same glass beads that I used on the tiara. The bracelet's just strung together and the earrings are just glued on. The bouquet is made out of some paper flowers and some craft paper. I'm also obsessed with her eyeshadow. I think it turned out really pretty. Her aesthetic is just borderline trashy and I really love it. It's kind of tacky and garish, and I'm obsessed with her. How do you think Honey Goblin turned out? Let me know in the comments below. Do you like Honey's proportions? If you don't, I don't really care. What do you think of Honey Goblin? I'd love to hear your thoughts on her in the comments below. Do you like weird dolls like her? I'll probably be making more in the future, so make sure to subscribe and see more dolls like her. Also, if you'd be interested in purchasing the base doll, she is also now available on www.thehoneydoll.com. Make sure to check it out. Thank you so much for watching, and for the rest of the video, enjoy the photos! Thanks again for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!